Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to the next episode of the NXT Universe Mode, and also the last episode of NXT. The last episode was a normal NXT before we hit up Shabby Takeover in our next video. That's going to be awesome. But tonight we've got a bit more build-up to do. First of all, we have a match between two guys that have big matches set for Shabby Takeover. Of course, Roode will be taking on Triple H, and Finn Balor taking on The Undertaker. However, tonight they will be taking on each other, as we see here, the glorious one, Roode himself. And here he is taking on, of course, Mr. Finn Balor. So here we go then, Roode versus Finn Balor. Looking forward to this one tonight. And of course also looking forward to the two massive matches at Shabby Takeover as well. Triple H versus Roode. Finn Balor versus The Undertaker. Two massive matches. Of course, Shabby Takeover is going to be 12 matches long. Yeah, we're going to see that. That's going to be pretty cool. 12 matches long. It's going to be split, of course, across 4 episodes. So 4 episodes of 3 matches. They probably will end up being longer than our standard episodes just because we've got some real cool stuff planned for you. Looking forward to that, actually. That's going to be a really, really fun set of matches. Of course, we've got some massive championship matches set up for you already as well. Including Bayley versus Rhea Ripley. We'll see Rhea Ripley in action later here this evening. Oney Lorcan defending his UK Championship against Travis Banks. Got the Revival versus TM61 for the Tag Team Championships. Got British Strong Style versus the Undisputed Era in a 6-man elimination tables match. Keith Lee versus Sami Zayn, of course. And, of course, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. That's just some of the big matches we're expecting. I've got one space that I need to fill. Well, I've got 2 spaces I need to fill, really. But one of them, I'm pretty sure I've got an idea in my mind of what I want to do. It's going to be an interesting one. A little bit of a crossover episode, but there we go. And another match where I think I might just throw a few guys in that are not on the card just to give them a big opportunity to prove what they can do. I don't know, maybe like a 8-man battle royal, or yeah, maybe I could do. Okay, we'll think about that. We'll think about it a little bit later on. So this match is a great way to build some momentum moving forward into Shabby Takeover. Like I said, both guys with big, difficult matches ahead. Of course, it was Roode who said on the mic himself there was nobody in NXT that was worth his time, which is why he'd not really made many appearances so far throughout this universe mode. And then at the end, or the middle of that match, sorry, Triple H coming out and hitting him with a pedigree was a big, big moment, and that really started that one up. And Finn Balor not really agitating anybody, really, just doing what he does, going along his way. And then after a victory for him, The Undertaker assaulted from behind. Got a little bit of Finn Balor versus The Undertaker, haven't you? So it's something we have done a few times before, I must admit, but it always just is enjoyable. It's a real nice sort of mixture of new and old, and I think the demon personality of Finn Balor really suits well with the Phenom, The Undertaker, as well. So it should be 2 pretty interesting matches. Well, of course, we've got a few of these sort of young star versus legend matches. I didn't want to go too overkill. We could have gone for like a full pay-per-view of them, couldn't we, really? But I didn't want to go too much overkill. I wanted to try and spread it around a bit and sort of complement the other matches. Of course, we've got normal championship matches. We've got a couple of special attraction matches as well. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Roode now brings Finn back up to his feet. Now looking for the glorious DDT. Floats into a pin. 1, 2, and 3. Wow, Bobby Roode out of nowhere. That glorious DDT gets him the victory here over Finn Balor. That was a big win. That was for Bobby Roode. Very out of the blue as well. Just that glorious DDT. Wow. So it's going to be Bobby Roode who takes the momentum into Shabby Takeover with that match against Triple H. I believe that's going to be in our next episode, actually. That's in the first video, Bobby Roode versus Triple H. So looking forward to that. And Roode has now got the momentum to move forward and really take it to the next level. Just out of nowhere with that glorious DDT. Boom, dropping him. He had hit the spine buster just before as well, of course. And it was enough for Finn Balor to get the 3 counts over. Enough for Bobby Roode to get the 3 counts over Finn Balor. Ric flaring it up. Glorious! And here is our second match of the evening. Rhea Ripley, the #1 contender for the Women's Championship, takes on Bianca Belair. And here comes Rhea Ripley, looking pretty hyped for this match. Really wants to build up the momentum. And to be honest with you, if I was Bayley, I'd be a little bit worried about what's ahead for me. Which again is also going to be a match on our next episode. The first video from Shabby Takeover will include Triple H versus Bobby Roode, as well as Rhea Ripley versus Bayley for the Women's Championship. And here is our opponent, of course, Bianca Belair. Someone, or Belair should I say now, someone I'm not really that interested in, I must admit. She's interesting. She's got, thing is, if she didn't have that massive bit of hair, I don't think she'd be, oh god, that hair's really glitching out, isn't it? I just don't think she's got much to her, to be honest with you. I know she's still quite young, still up and coming. She's NXT for a reason. But I just feel like there's more that needs to be added. I think she's a bit plain to be. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit harsh, but I think with the current crop of young female talent, the likes of, well, Rhea Ripley, for example, Toni Storm, Candice LeRae's in NXT as well. They've just signed Mia Yim. Even Lacey Evans I quite enjoy, but I feel like she might get lost in the shuffle a little bit, to be honest with you. Who knows? I'm talking too much. Let's skip the rest of this entrance and get straight into the match. Yeah, it's a... I just feel like it's a bit harsh. I just feel like that she's going to get lost a bit with... Because they've got, of course, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai now as well. It's going to be very, very difficult for any female talent to really make it in WWE. And I tell you what, in about 3 or 4 years' time, when some of these girls move up to the main roster, like Toni Storm and Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, all those people, it's going to be an amazing main roster women's division. I was actually reading rumours today that there's potential for Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch to actually main event WrestleMania, which I'm not against, to be honest. I mean, I've been a bit... no. Rhea Ripley's just destroyed Bianca Belair. I mean, literally destroyed her. Wow. Yeah, but here are rumours that that Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey could main event WrestleMania, which I'm not 100% against, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been a little bit against sometimes when they've tried to push these women's matches just for the sake of it being a women's match, but this one, I think, the Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, if they can keep the interest until WrestleMania, this could be one that does deserve it. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens, I suppose. And here is our main event of the evening as Andrade Cien Almas takes on the Gran Metalik. And here then is Andrade Cien Almas. Knows the leader Vega this evening. She is busy on other business options for Andrade, so he is flying solo tonight, but I shouldn't think it's going to be too much of a problem for him. He's defeated every single Latin American star put in front of him up until now. Can't see a reason why he can't finish off another. And here then comes Gran Metalik, the man who of course finished second in the Cruiserweight Classic original one in WWE. And someone who really wants to prove Andrade Cien Almas incorrect by Andrade saying he's the best there ever has been and the best that ever will be for Latin American wrestlers here in SWE. So we are ready to get underway. And I don't really think there's much more we can give Andrade after this, to be honest with you. He's Defeated Sin Cara, Kalisto, Lince Dorado. This will be Gran Metalik as well if he finishes this one off. Of course, he defeated... Did he fight in the last episode? No, on the last episode, was it? He... Is that... No. There's no way that... There's just not. No, the music's got... It is! It's Eddie Guerrero! He's here in NXT, rocking the Three Amigos here on Andrade, Cien, Almas. The referee didn't see anything, and Eddie slides to the outside. Gran Metalik crawls into the pin. Oh, it's only a 2 count, but... Wow. Maybe the jeering and the bad-mouthing by Andrade about past and present Latin American stars has really rubbed a couple of people up the wrong way, and Eddie Guerrero, out of nowhere, he's not even part of this roster, just turning up. Music playing. I thought it was a con to start with, to be honest. His music was playing. He was nowhere to be seen, but he came through the crowd and came behind Andrade, Cien, Almas, hit him with the Three Amigos, and then left the arena straight after. Don't know why I pronounced that so badly. I mean, Almas is still in this match, but he certainly looks rocked, but he's starting to get back on top of things now. But Eddie Guerrero making an appearance here, and... Oh, I wonder whether we could tie Eddie down to a match at Shabby Takeover. I'll have to try and grab a hold of him backstage when he comes past, but I'm going to try my hardest to get Eddie to sign the dotted line. I think based on his attack here on Andrade, I dare say that Eddie will be very interested in getting his hands on him once again. I'm sure Andrade will be after not only the competition, but the revenge after this attack here tonight. I'm going to say that could happen, you know. Eddie Guerrero versus Andrade, Cien, Almas. That is a match and a half that anybody with the right sense in mind will be hyped to watch. Can we add that to our big list of matches? I mean, what have we got so far? Like I said, we've got Bobby Roode versus Triple H. We've got Finn Balor versus The Undertaker. If we could pull off Eddie Guerrero versus Andrade, Cien, Almas, and I'm still trying my hardest to get a hold of a couple of people in regard to Adam Cole's request. Adam Cole requested something special for Shabby Takeover, and I feel like that might be doable. I've got I'm in the talks. We're in the talks, but if I can pull off this match with Adam Cole as well, then Shabby Takeover could be an iconic finale for this universe mode. It's all starting to fall into place, people. It's all starting to fall into place. Andrade looking for the dropkick. There's the pin, though, by Gran Metalik. It's only a 1. And I tell you what, it's definitely shaken Andrade, because he is struggling since that attack. I mean, Gran Metalik dominating a chunk of this match. Andrade dropping him face first, and now into the corner. And Andrade looks hyped all of a sudden, pointing down at his fallen opponent. That was a real glitchy attempt at whatever the hell that was, but either way, Andrade still gets back into this one. There's the knee in the gut, and we know he likes to go for the running knees in the corner, but he's not going to go for it because he's too busy just kicking Gran Metalik in the chest over and over and over again. Nice boot in the gut by Andrade on Gran Metalik, and now back right into the corner, taking the turnbuckle pad off. And I love the fact that it came up on the screen, lie, cheat and steal, just as Eddie was in the ring cheating. It was great timing, wasn't it? Once again, Andrade lining up Gran Metalik. And again, it's too over the top, mate. You've got to go for something a bit more simple. As Gran Metalik now taking control, dropping or looking to slam Andrade. He does, slamming Andrade over and over again into that steel ring. No turnbuckle pad there at all. That's going to do some serious damage. And that's Andrade's own fault, really. Gran Metalik taking Andrade up on his shoulders. Drops him. There's the pin. 1, 2, and Gran. Oh, no. I was convinced that was a 3. No way. It looks like his mask's on back to front, doesn't it? I was convinced that was a 3. I really was. Sling blade there by Metalik. Brings Andrade back up to a seated base now. Oh, looking to attack him from behind further, but Andrade with the back elbow back up at his feet. Nice jump in Hurricanrana. As Gran pushed him away, and this has been a fantastic match really between these two. And I think the interference mid-match has been pretty interesting as well. Gran, nice splash. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. If Andrade Cien Almas can pull this victory off as well, it would prove that he is an absolute beast to get attacked the way he did and still be able to continue on in this match. And it looks like this could be the end here, you know. Andrade lines him up. Hammerlock DDT. No way to protect yourself. Face first into the mat for the 1, the 2, and the 3 count. Andrade Cien Almas still comes out on top. But that attack by Eddie Guerrero, I think we're playing through in his mind over and over and over again. There he is, Eddie Guerrero with the 3 amigos. And that allowed Gran to crawl over and try and get the pin. It makes you wonder whether Metalik was aware of what was going to happen in this one. He just seemed to be very, very clever time-wise to get straight into that pin. But no matter what happened in this match, I mean, Gran came very, very close to getting the win out of it. But I think for days and days going on, I think the crowd here will be talking about the interference of Eddie Guerrero. The appearance of Eddie Guerrero in a brand that he's not even part of. And I really feel like we can confirm this match for Shabby Takeover pretty soon. I think Andrade Cien Almas versus Eddie Guerrero has to be a match that's going to happen. Andrade has shown incredible ability throughout this universe mode. I don't think he's lost a match so far. He probably did in the preseason tournament, in the NXT Championship tournament. Since that, he's defeated everyone put in his way, including every single member of the NXT roster that is Latin American. Lince Dorado, Kalisto, Sin Cara, Gran Metalik. He's defeated them all. But Eddie Guerrero seems to put a target on his head as the next man in the list. And the real deal, I know, I think if Andrade can come out on top of Eddie Guerrero, that probably would prove that he is one of, if not the best, Latin American wrestler to grace SWE in forever. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, please do hit that like button. And of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. We will be back in a few days' time for the first part of Shabby Takeover. That is it now. All the standard episodes are done. We are going on to the big finale. 4 episodes of 3 matches. Hopefully, there'll be a little bit of something in there for everyone. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye.